everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Turnovers could play a large role in today's game as both defenses rank in the top 10 when it comes to forcing interceptions. It's the Redskins going up against the Chargers. So, with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
America's finest city on about as fine a Sunday afternoon as you're ever going to see. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Washington Redskins and the San Diego Chargers. Now a play fake here on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And that'll bring up second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Throwing Rivers. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And here is the Redskin defense.
D'Angelo Hall's gone to the Pro Bowl multiple times as a cornerback. Now he might be making the Charles Woodson move, swinging back to safety.
Rivers. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Rivers now to throw on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. One man in the backfield, that's Jones. A first down throw for Cousins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Here's the first carry for Matt Jones. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. And that was a defensive setup they'd prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
Caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. All right, let's meet your starters. Matt Jones. What do you have to say, Charles?
Supposed to just be a third down back when he came into the league. He ran so well, it forced everyone to change their opinion. Matt Jones is a 3-down back.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Cousins now on second down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And we'll take a look quickly at the San Diego defense.
Denzel Perryman, a linebacker out of the University of Miami, knows how to play downhill and arrive with an oomph.
Third down now following the completed pass. Cousins from the gun on third. And this is going to be incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And it's fourth down.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Rivers on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down. 12 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for San Diego first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Throwing Rivers.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Throwing again. Rivers on second and 10. His throw incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And it's third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
12. Check.
Play action now. Rivers. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. The Redskins offense now, they get set to. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Second down following the incompletion. Shift together here from the D-line. A play fake to Jones. Now Cousins. He's got time in the pocket. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that. It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team, but one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
And a gain there of 11 yards.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. A first down throw for Cousins. This is caught by Antonio Brown. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. One man in the backfield, that's Jones. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Second down, Cousins. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. And his kick is good. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
Rivers now to throw on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got room. Adrian Peterson. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Adrian Peterson. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. They'll run for it with Peterson. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster. It all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone. That's not one you get every game.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins completes it right side to Dodson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. 38 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he will find his man on the outside. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. Second down and 4. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Let's go. No.
Now the Purdue man. This is Akeem Hunt. And a cut to the sideline. Give him 18 yards on that one. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal.
One of the hallmarks of their success this year, they've been fearless on 4th down. And they convert another one right here to move the chains.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. From the gun, here's Cousins. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now San Diego getting set to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Check, Patrick! Patrick! 380! 536! 536! Quick, where's the whip?
Play fake, Rivers. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to San Diego after this timeout. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. From the gun, Rivers. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack, because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
Screen play, McKinnon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Roughing the passer, that's shades of Charles Davis back in his playing days.
Oh, I sure wish it had been, Brandon. Back in my day, I didn't hit anyone hard enough to rough the passer. I had a number of teammates that handled that for me.
Hey, slam!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Second down following the run.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Second down, Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he's brought down. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Now Rivers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 3rd and goal now. The defense looking to hold serve again. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So now on 4th down, on comes Josh Lambo and the field goal unit for the Chargers. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Lambo will put this one through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? So that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spit. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Brown, the lone receiver left. Cousins to throw it. He'll buy some time right. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
One man in the backfield. That's Jones. He'll get the football here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
They go play action here on first down, surveying the field. And that's caught inside the 35. 7.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Completes it right side to Doxson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And this is taken in for a red. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
They go play action. Rivers. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Being checked. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Cousins now on second down. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Melvin Ingram. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So the D-line's going to spread out. Brown, the lone receiver left. Cousins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will tie things at 17 all. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board. But the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if. While the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Stays on his feet. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Caught left side, Williams. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Going to throw right side here, complete. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down. On 1st and 10, Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Let's go. Let's go. 12. Switch.
They'll throw again, Rivers. And this one is incomplete.
Ready? 380. 51 with Mike, boy. 51.
3rd and long for Rivers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Antonio Gates, the veteran tight end, was the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. And not great starting field position here for the offense. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So the hard count gets them there, neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defense thought they had the timing down, but the quarterback hit him with a hard count, got him to jump.
One man in the backfield, that's Jones. To throw, Cousins. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now Cousins. Caught left side, Garcon. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
Here we go now.
2nd down, Cousins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Brown, the lone receiver, left.
Here we go now. Detroit.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Fielded just inside the 20. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They go play action here on first down. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
To throw is Rivers. And he's got his man on the out route. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call.
Out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Well, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. On 1st and 10, Cousins throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and react into the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. Cousins now finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. It's brought in by Dodson. It's an 8-yard pickup, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He'll look to throw. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
They'll pitch it out to Jones. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
It's one man in the backfield. That's Jones. They'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Back to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
So much about this game is just understanding situation. And then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just the first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so this one's now back within a field goal, and if anybody tells you they see how this one's going to end, I'd have to say they're probably lying, Charles.
And this game's had more twists and turns than a good mystery novel, and I have a feeling we've got a few more twists and turns in store for us before they shake hands here.
And this is going to be taken in by the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. It's empirical.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. They run once more with McCannon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. They come up in an offset eye. They run it with McCannon. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. 1, to get yourself in position for the 2nd one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
From that spot on the field, the tendency is to play it safe, run the football, make sure you don't have any errors. But sometimes you want to break tendency, and you take a big shot downfield, hoping to catch the defenders a little bit unaware. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get it completed on that play. Well, that play is a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures.
Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So just nowhere to escape the pressure that time. He goes down for a safety, and that should all but do it here in this one.
Yeah, they put up a good fight, but you're right. Now they have to kick it away, and this one definitely looks like a lost cause.
Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Chargers are winners here as we say so long from Southern California.